Hey everyone, it's Green Pirate, and welcome back for another Pokémon Unite guide. Today I'm going to be analyzing the Stone Home Pokémon, Crustle, and discussing potential builds. I know I said I'd be doing a Speedster next, but I've gotten a lot of requests for Crustle. I took some extra time to learn this Pokémon so I can make this video as comprehensive as possible for everyone watching. In a lot of ways, Crustle is like Snorlax because they have several CC options and are able to tank an insane amount of damage during teamfights. They even share a lot of the same base stats. Crustle, in the hands of a skilled player, can be a formidable Pokemon to deal with, because they have plenty of abilities to prevent escape or lock multiple Pokemon in place while high-attack teammates chip away at them. Starting off Crustle's abilities is their Charged Attack, which will proc every third basic attack. This will deal AoE damage while slowing opponents. Crustle's passive, Sturdy, increases their defense and special defense as they lose HP. At level 1, Dwebble will have access to Fury Cutter or Rock Slide. Fury Cutter will slash at opponents, doing more damage with each successive hit. The first time you hit with this move, Dwebble will apply a green cut effect on top of the enemy, which will mark them. This will last for around 9 seconds, at which point it will disappear, but if Fury Cutter is used again on the same foe, it will instead persist for 9 more seconds. For each additional hit of Fury Cutter, Dwebble will deal 20% additional damage, stacking up to 40%. The next option is Rock Slide, which will shower an area you aim at in rocks, stunning any opponent hit by them. This move provides excellent CC, giving you and your team the ability to jump on unsuspecting foes, and help your jungler when coming in lane for a gank. On top of this, you can use it to stop enemies in their tracks when you're being chased. At level 4, Dwebble will evolve into Crustle, and give you the option to choose between Rock Tomb and Shell Smash. Rock Tomb is an incredible skill shot that will show the difference between average and great Crustle players. Being able to set up a wall that traps enemies will help set the tempo in teamfights and turn things to your advantage quickly. Enemies will either be trapped or use dash moves to escape fights. Forcing out an eject button will also remove potential escape options from opponents for nearly a minute, which is great when planning for objectives like the increasingly important Dreadnought. You can also use this move to stop foes in their tracks, helping teammates escape fights that take a turn for the worse. Keep in mind, if you miss with this ability, you can simply hit the button again to make the wall go away, just in case you end up blocking your team or yourself when chasing an opponent. Crustle's other level 4 option, Shell Smash, is great when your team may need more offense. Crustle will smash their shell, momentarily giving them increased movement speed and attack while lowering their defenses. This move may act as a double-edged sword, but with the amount of defense and HP already at Crustle's disposal, you'll find yourself more often than not using this move with little threat of being knocked out. When Crustle reaches level 6, it's time to replace Fury Cutter. Your first option is Stealth Rock, a ranged AoE that wherever placed will create a zone of levitating rocks that deals damage over time to opponents within. Stealth Rock Plus will also slow opponents inside while increasing the duration of the move. The second option is X-Scissor, a powerful multi-strike attack that will shove opponents in the direction it is used. On top of this, any opponent knocked into a wall will be stunned. X-Scissor Plus will reduce the cooldown of this move. Finally, for Crustle's Unite move we have Rebel Rouser. Activating this move will give Crustle a powerful shield while simultaneously throwing rocks into the air that deal damage and stun nearby enemies. If Crustle takes damage while this move is in effect, nearby opponents will continue to receive damage. Crustle is a versatile tank that can be played to maximize their crowd control potential, quickly traverse the map while dealing significant damage, or a mix of both. I find that Fury Cutter is the best starting choice when entering lane, as successive hits will help clean up wild Pokemon. Hitting with a Fury Cutter whenever available and staying on a consistent target will stack up and force enemies to retreat and use a berry earlier in the match. Getting to level 3 is pretty simple, and will give you access to Rock Slide when it becomes most important while dealing with the enemy team, and trying to steal last hits on wild Pokemon you compete for, making it easier for your jungler when they come to gank in lane. Rock Slide is excellent when trying to lock down a target who is attempting to push or escape. As Dwebble, your main priority will be evolving into Crustle and taking either Rock Tomb or Shell Smash. Along with the extra resilience Crustle gains, your options on hindering foes will really start to open up with either of these moves. Try to keep in mind the opponents you're facing when taking one of these skills. Do they have plenty of dashes that ignore terrain that will make trapping them with Rock Tomb less viable? Then Shell Smash might be the better option, allowing you to catch up to a target who's trying to escape. Alternatively, you can be mindful of dashes when they are already used, and trap unsuspecting foes who just threw away their only chance of escaping. Shell Smash, on the other hand, can give Crustle the ability to navigate the map quickly, and be ready to help wherever needed. I find the hardest choice to be made with Crustle is typically between these moves, since both provide excellent utility. The next option in moves at level 6 I find to be a lot easier. Between Stealth Rock and X-Scissor, it's my opinion that the latter is far superior. While a case can be made for Stealth Rock when taking objectives or capturing goals, X-Scissor is an incredible move that works well with either of the prior options. When placing Rock Tomb, you can use it in conjunction with X-Scissor to shove opponents into the wall you created, stunning them easily. With Shell Smash, you can get ahead of opponents and push them back towards your team if they're trying to escape. You can also easily get around them and shove them into nearby walls for another easy stun. The move also deals significant damage, and in the late game becomes even more spammable with a small cooldown reduction from X-Scissor Plus. With all of these tools at Crustle's disposal, you think it would be enough, but their Unite move just adds the cherry on top. When activated, Crustle becomes nearly invincible and a menacing force in any team fight. It takes a lot to knock out Crustle with Rubble Rouser active, and the entire time the enemy will be damaging themselves as they continue to chip away at your shield. For battle items, I find Crustle has a few really strong options depending on how you prefer to play them. Of course, there's always eject button for added mobility, but besides that, I think Potion is a very strong choice when building defensively, considering it will heal 12.5% of their maximum HP. You can also go X-Attack when taking a more offensive role, allowing Crustle to catch up with Shell Smash and deal incredible damage with X-Scissor. You may also want to consider Slow Smoke when getting the jump on enemies, making it harder for them to escape once you have them in your claws. Crustle is also excellent at scoring, so Goal Getter can be a great choice when playing them. Speaking of scoring, when playing Crustle, the Score Shield makes for an amazing held item. One thing the game fails to mention is that on top of the 10% shield given by the Score Shield at level 20, any shield currently active on the scoring Pokemon must also be broken before they can be interrupted. When combined with Rubble Rouser, Crustle is basically guaranteed a free goal. For Crustles playing more defensively, Focus Band is an excellent item for any defender when dropping to low HP, recovering up to 14% HP a second for 3 seconds. Another great choice is Shell Bell, giving Crustle a lifesteal option and reduced cooldowns on their already spammable moves. For offensive builds, Scope Lens will exponentially increase the critical hit ratio and damage done by Crustle when using Shell Smash. Floatstone can help push that damage even further while also giving Crustle even more movement speed. Crustle is an interesting Pokemon capable of dealing a surprising amount of damage with the right build. While I think they have decent CC and an insane amount of HP worthy to be considered part of the Defender class, I do think there are a few things Snorlax can do better in the late game to hinder the enemy team. While Rock Tomb can effectively stop enemies, it takes a lot more effort to properly aim when compared to Snorlax's ability to simply walk into them. Of course, this does come with a range advantage, and if you get good enough with Rock Tomb, I'm sure your opponents will start to fear you, especially when followed up with a powerful X-Scissor. Overall, I think Crustle is a very rewarding Pokemon when mastered, and can score goals easily even in the late game without needing to KO Zapdos. That's it for today's video, and I hope my guide on Crustle helps. If it did, please feel free to like and subscribe or even share this video. It's great having people ask for Pokemon I don't normally play and being able to discover and look into all these abilities that the game doesn't fully flesh out in its descriptions. I really enjoyed making this video and can't wait to learn about the next Pokemon with all of you. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.